What if in the next 15 minutes, it was possible to discover the exact money system that separates people who build real wealth from those who stay broke forever? This video breaks down the daily personal finance habits that make staying poor almost impossible when applied consistently. By the end, there will be a complete, simple roadmap to master your money, transform your relationship with finance, and start building a future of freedom as soon as tomorrow morning. Right now, thousands of people are watching their bank accounts shrink while making the same critical money mistakes day after day. They're stuck in patterns that guarantee financial struggle, and most don't even realize they're doing it. But here's what people who succeed financially understand that most others miss completely. Wealth isn't about luck, connections, or even starting capital. It's about specific daily money management actions that compound over time. After analyzing the routines and money mindsets of the world's most successful people, one thing becomes clear. The difference between rich and poor isn't talent, education, or even opportunity. It's a set of daily practices that anyone can master. And when these habits are followed consistently, staying broke becomes mathematically impossible over the long term. The first and most powerful habit that changes everything is this. Wealthy people think like owners, not employees. In practical terms, this means shifting from simply asking how to make more money to asking how to create value that people will pay for. That mindset shift is the foundation of building real wealth. This mental reframe transforms every interaction. Instead of seeing problems as obstacles, problems become opportunities to earn more and stretch each paycheck further. When a coworker complains about an inefficient process at work, the wealth builder thinks about solutions and potential side hustle ideas, not just the complaint. When a gap in services appears in the community, it's not just a frustration, it's potential income and a chance to simplify someone else's financial life. The second daily habit is financial awareness without obsession. Most people either completely ignore their money or stress about it constantly. People who master their money check their numbers daily, but without emotional drama. Money is treated like a business metric, part of smart budgeting and management, not a source of constant anxiety. In practice, this looks like a 5-minute daily money check-in. Each morning, quickly review the current financial position, bank balances, investment accounts, pending transactions, and upcoming bills. Approach this with curiosity, not fear. The key question becomes, what story are these numbers telling? What opportunities do they reveal to manage money better or increase savings? This simple habit makes money real instead of abstract. Patterns start to stand out. Opportunities to cut expenses, pay off debt faster, or invest show up more clearly. Most people avoid looking at their finances because they're afraid of what they'll find. People who build real wealth understand that information is power, especially in personal finance. The third habit that makes staying poor nearly impossible is daily skill investment. While most people use free time to consume entertainment, wealth builders use some of that time to consume financial education, especially topics like investing for beginners, side hustle ideas, and income-boosting skills. Income over the long term is directly tied to the value a person can provide, and that value is tied to skills and knowledge. This doesn't require hours of studying every day. It simply means being intentional about what goes into the mind. Swap 1 hour of social media scrolling for learning something that can increase earning potential. Watch tutorials on money management, online business, or high-income skills instead of random videos. Listen to business and investing podcasts instead of celebrity gossip. Read books about personal finance, debt payoff, and building wealth instead of getting lost in comment sections. The compound effect of this habit is massive. 1 hour a day of focused learning over a year becomes 365 hours of new skills and knowledge. That's the equivalent of about 9 full work weeks dedicated to upgrading income potential. Those focused hours can turn into better jobs, stronger side hustles, smarter investing, and a simpler, more powerful financial life. The fourth habit that accelerates wealth building is daily relationship building. People who build real wealth understand that money and opportunities flow through relationships. Every day, they're connecting with new people or strengthening existing relationships in ways that create mutual value and long-term opportunity. This isn't about using people or being fake. It's about genuinely helping others while quietly building a network of people who understand what value can be provided. This might look like leaving thoughtful, helpful comments on posts from people in the same industry, sending a helpful resource to a colleague, introducing two people who should know each other, or offering assistance before ever asking for anything in return. Most people only reach out to their network in moments of need. Wealth builders maintain their relationships consistently, so when opportunities appear, jobs, partnerships, side hustle ideas, collaborations, those around them naturally think of them first. They're not networking for quick wins. They're planting seeds that grow into future income and financial security. The fifth habit is daily financial discipline through automation. Wealthy people don't rely on willpower to master their money. They create systems that make good decisions automatic. Every day, funds flow from income into different buckets without any thought required. Set up automatic transfers that move capital to savings, investments, and emergency funds the moment a paycheck arrives. Start small if necessary. Even $10 a day adds up to over $3,000 a year. The key is consistency, not the amount. This habit removes the mental burden of deciding whether to save money every payday. It also prevents lifestyle inflation from eating up raises. When income increases, increase your automatic transfers proportionally. Spending will naturally adjust to what remains, helping to simplify your financial life. Here's the sixth habit that creates massive wealth acceleration: daily value creation. Instead of just consuming content, successful people create something valuable every single day. This could be writing a helpful social media post, recording a short video teaching a specific skill, or solving a small problem for someone in the network. The internet has made it possible for anyone to build an audience and monetize knowledge. But most people only consume. They never create. When valuable content is created daily, even in small ways, a personal brand begins to form that attracts opportunities and new side hustle ideas. Start with existing knowledge. Share lessons from a job, tips from hobbies, or insights from experience. Don't worry about being perfect. Focus on being helpful. Consistency beats perfection every time. The seventh habit transforms the relationship with time and money: daily tracking and measurement. You can't manage what isn't measured. Wealthy people track their progress religiously, not out of obsession, but out of optimization. Track income, expenses, time investments, skill development, relationship building, and debt payoff progress. This doesn't need to be complicated. Simple spreadsheets or phone apps work perfectly. The act of measurement alone improves performance because it creates awareness and accountability. When daily activities are tracked, it becomes easy to identify what's actually moving financial goals forward versus what's just keeping things busy. It might be discovered that 3 hours are spent daily on activities generating zero income while neglecting 20-minute tasks that could help build real wealth. The eighth and final habit is daily gratitude and abundance mindset practice. This might sound soft, but it's actually crucial for wealth building. Mindset determines what opportunities are noticed and how setbacks are handled. Spend 5 minutes each morning writing down 3 things to be grateful for and visualizing financial goals as already achieved. This isn't wishful thinking, it's mental programming. When success is consistently visualized, the brain starts noticing and creating opportunities that align with that vision. Most people unconsciously program themselves for poverty through negative self-talk and scarcity thinking, saying things like, "It's too expensive," or "Money is the root of all evil." Wealthy people program themselves for abundance by focusing on possibilities and solutions. Consider a real example of how these habits work together. Sarah was a teacher making $45,000 a year, struggling with student loans and living paycheck to paycheck. She started implementing these 8 daily habits consistently. She began thinking like an owner, identifying problems in education that she could solve. She checked her finances daily and realized $200 were being spent monthly on convenience foods. She invested commute time in learning about online education and digital marketing. She started building relationships with other educators online and began creating helpful content about teaching strategies. She automated her savings, even though she could only start with $25 per paycheck. She tracked everything and practiced gratitude daily. Within 18 months, Sarah had built a side business selling teaching resources online that generated $1,500 monthly. Within 3 years, that business was earning more than her teaching salary. The daily habits that seemed small and insignificant compounded into life-changing results. Now, it is important to address the biggest obstacle that prevents people from implementing these habits: the belief that there isn't enough time. Here's the truth. These 8 habits require less than 2 hours total per day. That's less time than most people spend watching television or scrolling social media. The question isn't whether there is time. The question is whether there is a willingness to prioritize habits that build real wealth over activities that provide temporary entertainment. Every minute invested in these habits is a minute invested in future financial freedom. Here's an action plan starting tomorrow morning. Wake up 30 minutes earlier and spend that time on a financial check-in, skill learning, and mindset work. During a commute or workout, consume educational content about investing for beginners or side hustle ideas instead of entertainment. Spend a lunch break creating valuable content or building relationships. Before bed, track progress and practice gratitude. Start with just 1 or 2 habits if 8 feels overwhelming. The key is consistency, not perfection. It's better to do 3 habits consistently than to attempt all 8 and quit after a week. Build momentum gradually, then add more habits as these become automatic. Remember, wealthy people aren't a different species. They just have different daily habits. They've learned to delay gratification and invest in activities that pay compound interest over time. Every day starting these habits is delayed is a day chosen to stay in the same financial position. The choice is simple. Continue the same daily patterns that keep finances stuck, or adopt the daily habits that make staying poor impossible. The wealthy aren't waiting for permission, perfect conditions, or more resources. They're taking action with what they have right now. Financial transformation starts with the next decision. Choose to think differently, act consistently, and trust the compound effect of daily improvement. 6 months from now, the future version of every viewer will either wish these habits had been started today or be grateful they were. The only difference is the choice made right now. Subscribe to Wallet Watch for more clear, actionable strategies to master your money, and let us know in the comments which habit will be implemented first. Your future self is counting on the decisions made today.